Hi Gratex, derived energy yet again. Just a quick message to you. Thank you for your video response. First of all, you accused me of being pretentious for describing myself as a philanthropist, but I would like to state that I describe myself as a philanthropist antinatalist, not just a philanthropist. You know, the philanthropist before antinatalist was intended to modify the noun antinatalist, and I used this philanthropist before the antinatalist to make a distinction between my own antinatalist position and those of, say, an environmental antinatalist or a misanthropic antinatalist. So I don't think that was pretentious on my part. I attached a video to one of your pre-existing videos because I wanted you to see the video. I'd seen you debate antinatalism with Emendum, and I thought you would be a suitable opponent, as it were. I didn't mean to cause you any hardship or anything like that. You know, it was an innocent gesture. As regards stating in a message to you that you were starting to slightly get on my nerves. I was just merely being transparent with my feelings at the time. It wasn't intended as a personal attack, so I apologise if you were offended. Now I've watched your video, and basically, I mean, it was quite amusing in places, but basically you were just arguing a straw man argument, as I see it, because you seem to have a real problem with the 0, -1 and +1 sort of values that I was attaching to existence and non-existence, but I think you kind of were barking up the wrong tree, because I mean, obviously when I've made these cool little pictures, diagrams. When I was using like -1, for example, I was describing the existence of pain in an existent being, and the -1, all this denotes is that there is a negative, a reason not to bring somebody in the world for their own sake, and this is what this represents. Nowhere in any of my posts on antinatalism have I attempted to make qualitative judgments about people's suffering or people's pleasure. I wouldn't even begin to try to equate -1 with, well, I wouldn't even attempt to begin drawing some kind of analogy between the amount of suffering in stubbing your toe and the amount of suffering inherent in slowly dying of cancer or something. All I mean when I use this is that they're both negative experiences, and there's such a thing as pain and suffering in the world, and it's perfectly logically valid to attribute a -1 to people who are born, when by coming into existence they are then they are victim to the possibility of experiencing pain or discomfort or any negative psychological state. In a similar vein, I award +1. I mean, I don't. It's just merely this plus and 1. It's just merely denoting the fact that if you exist, then it's a +1 because you can experience pleasant things in life, and from the perspective of someone who is already born, experiencing positive mental states is a good thing. So I award this, and David Benatar awards this a +1. Again, I'm not drawing an analogy as some sort of equivalency between all the pleasant mental states it's possible to have in your life, So there we go. And then 0. This denotes the fact that there's no deprivation of pleasant mental states if you don't exist. So we can attach this as 0 from the non-perspective of a non-existent being, if you like. So I think you've completely caricatured my position, which leads me to believe that perhaps you haven't watched like the second part of that antinatalist video that I made, because in that video I explicitly attacked the argument that you're levelling against me, that I'm trying to represent the whole complications and ambiguity of life through numbers. But I mean, another way of regarding, say, -1 is just the presence or absence of something. In the case of life, it's the presence of pain. And plus, well, I've already explained this to you. So this qualitative lack of qualitative awareness that you're accusing me of is completely inapplicable to my arguments as I see it. So on that note, take care now. That's it.